I know it's their B boat, but there's so much talent in their program.
Just quiet moments. Both coxes still with their hands up here. Rosie Simmons in the Oxford Brookes B crew. Wes Hirschman, 23-year-old, over in the Princeton crew now, placing his hand back onto the steering wires. And he might need them through these opening stages, because this is the first of two semi-finals in the Temple Challenge Cup. And Princeton University A have been pitted as one of the few that could possibly overturn the might of Oxford Brookes University. But in order to do that, they've got to face the B crew first.
And they've had a cracking start there. They've leapt out the blocks, definitely taking, it looks like from this angle, the early advantage over the kind of Brookes B boat. Really trying to, as they make their way out the red buoys, they'll start to come into the booms now, which is where the safe place is as an athlete. You sense you're in the course now.
Yeah, they're right in the thick of it, aren't they? As soon as you come off the end of that island and you're wedged between those two solid bits of wood that line this course. And Princeton here have gone, look,
wow.
Don't care what the record books say in the Temple Challenge Cup. I don't care how many times I've seen Oxford Brookes' names. We are going to come here and we mean business.
That is impressive. To take that amount of distance in the first couple hundred meters is super impressive for any eight to do that.
Well, Princeton University have really grabbed the bull by the horns here, and Mark, your face, I think, says it all. I know that those viewers tuning in can't see it, but this is amazing.
I'm stunned up because eight's the fastest moving boat we have on the water. They've just taken a length in like less than 400 meters and just gone out and just said, we're going to stamp our mark on this from the word go, basically.
It's very unusual, isn't it? Even when other crews are racing top crews, we often see a bit of a match-up to the end of the island. And, Oxford Brookes, despite it being their B crew, have given some of the best universities in the UK a run for their money. They've had to come through multiple of the sort of championship eights that have come up against them from the UK. I think they came up yesterday against Durham University A, who were medalists in the Championship 8s at the British University Championships. They beat them, and they're being made light work of here against Princeton. And
this is the thing, you talked about the depth of their programme. Even their B boats are still extremely fast. So for another eight to come and do that early on, that does send a message. That was super impressive, super impressive.
Super impressive indeed. And if you've been tuning into me all week, I've used this stat many a time, but I think it is important to note that this is the first time that Princeton have come back with their full open weight squad since 2015. 9 years ago we last saw the Tigers, and I just thought there had to be a reason for that, Mark, right? They don't just make these decisions lightly.
Well, it's always that, they'll race internally in America, see where they are, and then work out whether, if they're going to come across, they're not coming here just to participate. They want to come across and win, like most of these crews do. So they obviously knew something about this group of athletes that was special to come here and take on, the best of the British, if you want to call it that.
And they're continuing to rate high, strike high. They've opened out, I'd say, almost 3/4 of a length of clear water between their stern and the bow ball of Oxford Brookes University B, and they will be practicing for their run on the Berkshire station tomorrow. If they win this race, they'll be back on Berks against presumably, I'm saying presumably, potentially, well, actually I know, Oxford Brookes University A or Harvard University.
Yeah, and it just shows the calibre of these semi-finals. You've got Princeton, Harvard, and two Brookes boats. Three incredible programs. But I just still can't believe the speed they went out at the start and how quickly they took that early advantage of a length.
Well, Princeton are looking to rewrite the record books here in this Temple Challenge Cup, because it's been some time since we've seen winners from the USA. Back in 2018, Washington came over and won the Temple Challenge Cup, and in doing that, they've been the only US crew since 2015 to win the Temple. So Princeton here, I think, are looking to, as I say, come and change that here.
And then you've got that, there is a University of Washington crew we're going to see in the Grand, but you know, they've obviously stepped up because they want the big one, I guess. They've gone for that, and they obviously dominated the IRAs as a squad. It's super impressive what they did this year.
Yeah, Princeton, this is their full 1V outfit. Again, very rare. Often we see the US students coming over in jibs and jabs. It's a mix of their 1V, 2V, whatever. But this is the full shebang. This is the full 9 athletes that lined up on the IRA start line. Keelan Good in the stroke seat, Kian Aminian in the 7 seat, Edward Nutt in the 6 seat, Nicholas McAdam behind him, Lachlan Tuvey, Andrew Wilkinson, Trygve Locken, and Nicholas Rath in the bow seat. And I mean,
they
look
look
at this.
really good, like super impressive. It's great that they've come as a unit rather than trying to piece it together to really showcase what they can do, and they're definitely doing that today.
I'm correcting myself, this is the 2V, but it is still the full 2V. The 1V obviously bumped up and racing in the Ladies Challenge plate. But here in the Temple, it's Brookes now who have got their backs to us here, Brookes B. Speaking of records in the Temple, I know it's mostly been their A crew, but Brookes have been in, well, they've won the Temple 5 times since 2015 in comparison to the US record. And we'd never had a Brookes final, which surprised me actually, but we'd never have a Brookes A versus Brookes B Temple Challenge Cup final. It doesn't look like that's going to change.
I'm not going to say it too early, okay? I'm not going to say it.
You're not going to put the commentator's curse on them?
Definitely not. There's been so many incredible races today where they've gone to the wire. I know this looks comfortable now, but I'm going to hold that thought.
Hold that thought. Anything can happen. Princeton could catch a boat-stopping crab, and we've seen US universities do that before. But look at this. The tiger stripes looking glorious.
It looks awesome, doesn't it?
It looks great,
especially,
and I love they put the
sunlight,
tiger decals on this. That's big effort on their borrowed boat that they've hired here to race in the UK. They didn't ship their boat over from Princeton, New Jersey, but they've made the effort of putting the tiger stripes on. The Go Faster stripes doing their job to give them this win in the Temple Challenge Cup semi-final against Oxford Brookes University B. So there is a confirmed win for Princeton University A in this Temple Challenge Cup ahead of Oxford Brookes B, and we'll find out who they will be facing in that very, very exciting last race of the day between Harvard and Oxford Brookes A.